Hello, friend. This is Ryan Hicks of TalkToProfit.com, and today I want to talk about how the excuse "I'm doing the best I can" is a lame excuse and it must be forsaken. I hear this from so many people, and then I ask them, just delve down a little tiny bit, because they'll say, "Well, I'm doing the best I can." Like, really? What did you do yesterday? Did you watch any videos on social media? Did you scroll social media? Did you play any video games? And then the things that they list that they did prove with 100% certainty, completely objectively, that they didn't do the best they could. You cannot say that you are doing the best you can, but you spent 4 hours on social media, or you spent 2 hours watching movies, or you spent 3 hours playing video games, or you spent 2 hours watching sports. That's not the best you can do. Now, I know people say, but I need some relaxation. You can find things to do in your work and your business that are relaxing. Not everything has to be this laborious, awful task. Actually, none of it should be. But the thing is, so many people have gotten comfortable with making excuses for where they are in life, excuses for why they don't do more, excuses for why they are not more. And if you've watched my videos, you know that what I teach is this basic principle of being more like God. That's everything I'm talking about. That's why I'm talking about profiting. You rising to a new level, you becoming more than you are right now. But many people are not even living to the fullest of what they are right now. They'll never get to the level of becoming more like God, of even striving for that. Not saying you're becoming God, so please understand that, because people will misinterpret, "Oh, you're saying you're becoming God." And no, I'm saying you're becoming more like Him. You're striving to be like Him. You're striving to think like Him, speak like Him, act like Him. Remember Jesus when the Pharisees were so mad about the Sabbath and Jesus healing on the Sabbath. Imagine that, being so dedicated to your dumb little religious traditions that somebody doing good and healing someone else makes you mad because they're not keeping your little traditions. Traditions of men, I might add, that weren't based on the scripture. And Jesus told them very plainly that my Father works. So even on the Sabbath, when all these people are thinking they're doing something holy and they're helping God out by keeping the Sabbath, God was at work. So my encouragement to you is to be more like your Father which is in heaven, to be more like God, to truly do all that you can. Don't just say I'm doing the best I can when you know you're not in your heart, in any honesty and integrity. If I told you I'll give you $1 billion if you do the best you can, are you going to perform at the same level you are today? I don't think so. Now, I don't think people are saying this to be dishonest. I don't think they're trying to purposely lie, but they are lying. Because if they had any kind of self-reflection, they would look at themselves and say, wait, I'm not doing the best I can. I could do better. I could have got up a minute earlier. I could have worked a minute longer. I could have been more present when I was with my children. I could have worked out a little bit harder when I was exercising. You go down through everything you did in the day, you could have done something better. You know that. You weren't doing the best you could. So this, I hope, is a wake-up call for some people who have been using that excuse. Because people won't even challenge you on it. I've had people tell me, well, I'm doing the best I can, and I'm the only person they've ever had in their entire lives challenge them on that. And I'm not going around to random strangers, but people who I know who are making a lame excuse for why they aren't living up to their fullest potential, I'm going to call them out on it. And it's done in brotherly love. I'm not trying to attack people or offend them or like, oh, I'm better than you. It's nothing like that at all. It's, I know you can do more. I know you can do better. I know you're not limited to this place you are right now. And this is not your full potential right here and now. I know you're not doing all you can. I know you're not doing the best you can. And many people have never heard that. They've never had anyone believe in them. I've been very blessed in life that I've had people who believed in me. But, this is very important, it was based on my track record of success that they believed in me. I've even had some people say, and this is a real honor to me, that if they were going to bet on anyone, it would be me. But, this is important, it was based on my track record. It was based on the long hours of work, the diligence, the actually doing the best I can. Not just saying it, but actually living that out. And then people see that, and they believe in you. This is one of the things many people want people to trust them and believe in them and back them when they have no evidence for anyone to believe in them. And as a matter of fact, the evidence they are giving is that you shouldn't believe in them. This is one of the places you can get to where you can get real confidence is by actually having evidence that backs up your confidence, that backs up what you say, that proves that you're going to actually do what you say you're going to do, that you put the effort in, that you won't be one of these people that's saying you're doing the best you can when you're not, and you know in your heart you're not. And like I said, I don't think people are saying this and they're actually examining themselves. I think they're just saying it because it's a thing to say. And it's a common thing people have used as an excuse because they feel like they did a lot. Maybe they feel like they did a whole lot, but they didn't do the best they could. My encouragement is not so you go work more, because that's not necessarily being the best you can and doing the best you can. But you have to be the person that is laying aside these frivolous activities, all this worldliness, all the waste of time, and get into actually doing the things you need to be doing in life. Whatever that may be. It could be spending time with your family. But are you spending time with your family when you're sitting there on your phone and your kids are near you? Just because your children or your wife is in the same vicinity as you doesn't mean you're spending time with them. I'm talking about actual real time where you're present, you're not on your phone, you're not scrolling social media, you're not playing a game, unless it's a board game where you're actually partaking of that game with the family. That's different. Are you really going to be that person who is actually doing the best you can? Are you going to be one of these people that's just making excuses, that just uses that as an excuse for their laziness, excuse for their why they don't accomplish what they could have accomplished, an excuse for why they're just like everyone else, an excuse for why they're just mediocre? I want you to really become more like God, to each day get another step closer to being more like Him, to thinking more like Him, to working more like Him, to speaking more like Him, to being that person of character and substance who is more in the image and likeness of God. And the only way you can do that is if you give up this nonsense, this excuse making, and actually take it up as a real life goal and a life activity of truly doing the best you can. My friend, I pray this is a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.